Blackheads are open comedones, meaning a pore, a hair follicle, becomes congested with a mixture of sebum, skin oil, and dead skin cells. And the dark color is most often oxidation of that material at the pore opening when it contacts air rather than dirt. So preventing blackheads is not about scrubbing harder, stripping the skin, or squeezing constantly, but about keeping the follicle lining shedding normally, keeping sebum flowing outward instead of thickening and stagnating inside pores, removing daily buildup thoroughly without damaging the skin barrier, and minimizing chronic irritation, friction, and occlusion that trigger inflammation and rebound oiliness. The prevention approach that holds up over months is calm, consistent, and repeatable, because comedones form gradually and resolve gradually, and many people need 8-12 weeks of steady care before the pore environment changes in a durable way, with deeper congestion continuing to improve when consistency remains high. The most common reasons blackheads persist are predictable: over-cleansing hot water, harsh soaps, aggressive foams, abrasive scrubs that damages the barrier and creates reactive oiliness, under-cleansing, especially at night, that leaves sunscreen, makeup, and product residue behind, inconsistent use of pore-targeting actives, active overload that inflames skin and disrupts normal shedding, and everyday triggers that re-occlude or inflame follicles, friction from masks, straps, heavy hair products migrating onto the forehead, sweat left on the skin, frequent face touching, and poor brush, pillow, phone hygiene. The goal is a routine that feels sustainable. Your skin should feel comfortable after cleansing, not tight. Products should not sting persistently, and the plan should be simple enough to follow even when life is busy, because consistency more than intensity changes comedone biology over time. Start with cleansing, because barrier stability is the foundation of tolerating any effective treatment long-term. Harsh soaps, very hot water, aggressive foaming cleansers that leave you squeaky clean, alcohol-heavy toners, rough washcloth friction, cleansing brushes, frequent abrasive scrubs, and frequent deep clean masks remove protective lipids, increase transepidermal water loss, and create microscopic inflammation. Irritated skin often produces more sebum and sheds cells less normally inside follicles, which increases the tendency for plugs to form, so stripping does not prevent blackheads. It often fuels them. Cleanse with lukewarm water, not hot. Use fingertips rather than abrasive tools. Massage gently for about 20-30 seconds. Rinse thoroughly and pat dry rather than rubbing. The target is clean and comfortable, not tight and stripped. And a cleanser should remove excess oil and residue without leaving stinging, tightness, or a rubbery squeak feeling. Morning cleansing depends on your skin and environment. If you wake up shiny, become oily quickly, sweat at night, live in humid heat, or use heavier nighttime products, a gentle morning cleanse can remove the overnight sebum film that traps dead cells and helps sunscreen apply more evenly. If you are dry, sensitive, or feel tight after washing, a water rinse or a very mild cleanser in the morning may be better, so you do not start the day with barrier stress. Night cleansing is essential because sunscreen, makeup, environmental particles, and layered products accumulate and mix with oil. Repeated incomplete removal is one of the most common reasons blackheads persist, even when someone is using acne products, because residue adds waxy material to pore contents and makes plugs more stubborn. So treat your evening cleanse as your anchor habit. If you wear long wear, sunscreen, or makeup, or if your face still feels slick after cleansing, use a gentle double cleanse at night. First, an oil cleanser or micellar product to dissolve sunscreen and makeup, light massage, no harsh rubbing. Then a gentle water-based cleanser to remove residue. Done gently, double cleansing is often more effective and less irritating than scrubbing with one harsh cleanser, and it reduces the urge to over-exfoliate to compensate for leftover residue. Once cleansing is stable, the two most evidence-based over-the-counter pillars for blackhead prevention are salicylic acid, BHA, and a topical retinoid, introduced gradually and supported by moisturizer and sunscreen, so your barrier stays stable enough for consistent use. Salicylic acid beta-hydroxy acid, BHA, is oil-soluble, which helps it penetrate into the pore lining to loosen the bonds between dead cells, reduce debris, and help clear and prevent plugs. It also has anti-inflammatory properties for many people and can reduce oily shine. A leave-on BHA product in the range of about 0.5% to 2% is typically sufficient. What matters is frequency and tolerance, not maximum strength. Start low and slow. Apply a thin layer to blackhead-prone areas 2 to 3 mornings per week for 2 weeks. Then increase to every other morning if comfortable, and only move toward daily use if your skin stays calm, meaning no persistent stinging, no prolonged tightness, and no raw, painful peeling. If you experience irritation, reduce frequency and increase moisturization rather than adding more exfoliation, because irritation makes follicles more reactive and can worsen congestion. Pushing through severe irritation rarely improves outcomes and often delays progress by forcing you to stop entirely. If you cannot tolerate salicylic acid, consider a gentler alternative that still supports normal keratinization and calms inflammation, such as azelaic acid. It may not feel as immediately pore clearing as BHA for some people, but it is often better tolerated and can still reduce comedonal congestion over time, especially in sensitive or redness-prone skin. And tolerance matters because consistency is the main driver of long-term results. The second cornerstone is a nighttime retinoid. Retinoids normalize follicular keratinization and reduce microcomedones, the earliest invisible stage of blockage that later becomes a blackhead, which is why retinoids are so effective for prevention and long-term maintenance. They address the root process that creates plugs rather than only dissolving surface debris. Where available, adapalene 0, 1% is well studied for acne. Retinol or retinol products can also help, though potency varies by formulation, and technique matters more than the label. Use retinoids correctly to avoid the most common failure mode irritation, leading to stopping. Apply at night to completely dry skin. Damp skin increases irritation. Use only a pea-sized amount for the entire face. Prevention is field treatment, not spot. Avoid the corners of the nose and mouth if you are prone to irritation, and follow with moisturizer. Introduce gradually, 2 nights per week for 2 weeks, then every other night for 2 weeks. Then increase toward nightly only if your barrier remains calm. If you are sensitive, use the sandwich method moisturizer first, then retinoid, then moisturizer again to improve tolerance while still gaining long-term benefit. Mild dryness or light flaking can occur early, but intense burning, swelling, cracking, or a persistent rash indicates irritation rather than a helpful adjustment. In that case, pause actives for several days, focus on gentle cleansing and barrier repair, then restart at a lower frequency. Many people fail with retinoids not because retinoids do not work, but because they start too aggressively, get irritated, quit, then restart aggressively again. Prevention is built on patience and steady escalation, and the most successful long-term users treat dryness as a signal to slow down rather than a signal to quit. One of the most important principles in blackhead prevention is avoiding active overload. Stacking multiple exfoliants and irritants, BHA plus strong AHA plus exfoliating pads plus scrubs plus high-strength vitamin C plus frequent clay masks often inflames skin, disrupts the barrier, and paradoxically makes pores clog more by increasing irritation and abnormal shedding. It also makes it impossible to identify what is helping and what is harming. Most people do best with one pore-clearing active, like BHA, and one long-term comedone preventer, a retinoid, supported by moisturizer and sunscreen. If you add anything else, add only one change at a time and give it at least 1 to 2 weeks to judge tolerance and benefit. Moisturizer is not optional, even for oily skin, because